Can I get a year one time? We're shooting a show over here. Do you mind lowering your voice a little bit? What's up? It's your boy Chef Harold, aka Uncle Harold, aka the Food Hustler. We out here in Bronx Brewery, repping the Bronx one time. Can I get a year?
Yeah!
If you love hip hop, you're gonna really enjoy the little surprise we have later, all right? We're gonna make Okonomiyaki pancakes, which is a Japanese style pancake. The reason why we're making Okonomiyaki pancake today is an ode to a restaurant that I used to work at called Fedora in the West Village, and they couldn't reopen after the pandemic, so this one's for them, all right? Okonomiyaki pancake is based out of Japan. It's a savory pancake, and the best part about this pancake is you can really create your own, and it's just a base to build on top of. What's so great about the Okonomiyaki pancake is you can have it with a big pint of beer. The first base of the Okonomiyaki pancake is the dashi. The dashi is a flavored stock made out of kind of the natural products of Japan. Today we were trying to source it locally, so this is kelp from Maine. We also have some dried mushrooms, and we have just some regular water. And it's gonna stay in that position until it comes up to a boil. We'll take it off and let it steep like tea. Then we'll use that broth to make the batter for the Okonomiyaki pancake. The next thing that we're gonna make right now is the steak. I love this cut of steak, the New York strip. It's easy to cook. It has a lot of fat that can protect the meat. Always season from up top so you can see all the salt granules and where they go. Those salt, pepper. I'm using kosher salt now, not Maldon, because I got in trouble last time because it cost too much money. And what you want to do first, so fast. You want to definitely sear it on the fat side first to render off that fat a little bit, okay? You want to press down a little bit right here to make sure that it's rendering properly. You see how it's getting rendered here? Yeah, you want to get it nice and brown, okay? The dashi is turning a different color now. Started smelling like seawater, which is where you want it to be at. So I'm going to check on the meat. Yeah. Lay it down here on the side, okay? We'll make the Okonomiyaki sauce, okay? There's ketchup, soy sauce, Worcestershire sauce, honey, mirin, and rice vinegar. So we'll mix this together right now, but I made this recipe because I like it a little bit sweeter, and then also it helps caramelizing the meat, and also it gives a nice crust on the pancake later on. Let's check on our steaks real quick. Ooh, look at that nice crust. Yeah, there we go. Once it crusts on the other side, we're gonna start basting it with a little bit of this Okonomiyaki sauce. Kind of just want to taste it real quick. If you need to add salt or anything like that. Yeah, I think it's great. You want to have that kind of umami flavor profile where there's a little bit of acidity, a little bit of salt, a little bit of spice, and a little bit of fat in it also. We're gonna look at our steaks, okay? You want to feel the doneness of the steak, right? You take your palm, and this area right here is gonna tell you where your doneness of your steak is at, all right? So if you go here, and it bounces back up to you, is medium rare. If you go here and it gives you a little pushback, you're about medium. But if you go up here and it's stiff as hell, that means your steak is overdone and you fucked up, okay? This is at medium rare and we're almost there. So what you want to do now is you want to brush it with the Okonomiyaki sauce. And I mean, look at this thing. This is what you call love. You continue now brushing it and get it on the other side too. Oof. Oh my goodness. Once it gets a crust on the outside from that, you don't want to cut into your steaks without resting it because all the nice juices are going to come out, all right? So you can start resting. So we're going to rest this for about 10 minutes. And once again, our trusty griddle, the reason why we have it is for the easy cleanup, all right? Mercedes-Benz of pancake griddles. Please sponsor us. Just like when you make regular pancake you want to mix your dry ingredients first, okay? So here we have a couple of cups of AP flour, baking powder, sugar, pinch of salt, okay? It's not too crazy. It's not like baking where you have to sift it or anything like that. So we're gonna go ahead and create the wet cabbage, shred it. I think I'm gonna shred it to like 1 inch of thickness. So I don't really use this part right here. It gets too rough. When you put it inside the pancake, you still have a little bit of crunch. So we're gonna cut up the scallions. You know, it doesn't have to be perfect, okay? So just take the green part of the scallions. Use your knuckles as a guide, okay? Basically, it's like one bunch of scallions, and we can't really do this pancake without this herb, yeah? So you want to take a little bit of your scallions, just go ahead and mix it in the bowl. Save maybe 1/3 of it for the garnish later. So you can just put it right here on the side. Your eggs, we're gonna go right into the bowl. Beat the eggs. So it's gonna add some of this dashi. The dashi, this great earthy hue to it. Add our dry. We need it to be a little bit more malleable. This is a little too sticky right now, so I'm gonna take a little bit of this liquid just to loosen it up a little bit more. Loose pancake batter-esque. All right, yeah, that's where you want it right there. You also add like toasted tempura bits in this too, if you want to be a traditionalist. For us, you know, we're just doing it for the home, so we're just gonna make it home style, all right? So once all of that is mixed, take the cabbage and scallion mix into your pancake batter. Then we can do the whole thing. You want to coat every little single leaf of cabbage. When you put it into the pan, create that nice crust on the outside. We're going to start making the pancake now. And you want to use a non-stick pan because it'll be easier for you to control and flip. I think it's a cup and a half batter to go into the 6-inch pan. It's going to take about 3 to 4 minutes on each side to cook, okay? Of course, you know, this Uncle Harold style, so we want to take it up a notch. You want to start layering it here on one side. I'm not eating pork for my kind of personal reasons, so we're going to use turkey bacon instead, right? You want to give it a nice brush of your okonomiyaki sauce right here. So when we flip it over to the other side later, it's going to have that nice crust there. So while we wait for that to come together, let's talk about the elephant in the room, why I'm at BA. When we first met, I spoke about the 3 pillars that I live by that the Bronx kind of gave me, which was history, service, and compassion. Asking Brad Leone on Instagram, I slid into his DMs, and I asked him, how can I be there to help? And it's really about creating the platform to talk about the narrative of making a change. So if you got any questions or anything like that, come holla at me. And what I'm gonna do now too is I'm gonna flip this. You take a plate, let's pray real quick, let's pray to God that this thing does not break, okay? All right, so let's go, 1, 2, all right, go like this. Boom, all right? I'm going back into the pan with the pancake so we can toast that bottom part with the bacon. We're gonna brush this with a little bit more of the okonomiyaki sauce. And what we're gonna do is you wanna trim down the steak, okay? The steak has been resting for about 10 minutes. You wanna just take a little bit of the fat off. Let's put it on the griddle in chicharron style, all right? Yeah? And when you slice steaks, you wanna go against the grain. Cut it like 2 centimeter thickness. And we're just gonna lay it on top of the okonomiyaki pancake. Now add a little bit more of that okonomiyaki sauce on top, just to add a little bit more flavor. Take some of this fat that we've been rendering here. Oh my goodness. We're gonna add a little bit of the steak fat on top, little bites of chicharron on there. Just a little crunch here. Our pancake has been cooking on this one side for about 3 to 4 minutes now. You want to slide it off. That's why you want to use a non-stick pan, because you want to add a little bit of your condiments, okay? First, our leftover green scallions. You know, make it look nice, make it look festive. You want to add a little bit of Kewpie mayo. It's Japanese mayo, right? Take some of your nori. Just want to just slice it a little bit. Nori is dried seaweed, and you can eat it as a snack. But also it gives a little bit of more umami flavor profile right over the top, okay? Okonomiyaki pancake with strip steak, Kewpie mayo, and nori. Okonomiyaki pancake, as you can tell, you can really make anything with it, you know. You can have different type of toppings. You can also do it with prawns. You can do it with, you know, bonito flakes usually goes on top of this. When I used to work in the Lower East Side at a restaurant called Rayuela, it's closed now. And we used to go to this place in St. Mark's where okonomiyaki pancakes were flowing. I mean, obviously we were young, so we were getting, you know, blasted. I ordered every single one that they had on the menu and literally ate all 6. Yeah. That's my man right here, ASAP 12. You already know. Yeah. We're changing this shit up, all right?
Very iconic.
That's right.
Place of hip hop.
That's right. If you don't know nothing about the ASAP mob, this is one of the originators right here.
We in the heart of hip hop, you know what I'm saying? I got a lot of good friends in this area. I recorded my album about 3 blocks away.
Nice,
you know, the album 12.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Gauchos is not too far.
Kind of the mecca of basketball when you talk about gauchos.
Yeah.
So I made this okonomiyaki pancake.
Okonomiyaki?
Yes, that's right. It's from Japan.
Okonomiyaki type shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? I tried it.
So Twelvvy, while I start making the pancake, let's talk about your new album, man.
Just dropped my independent album, Noon Young, last Friday. My second independent album of the year. Perfect time to eat.
Yes,
the first
right.
time to chef up and eat, you know what I'm saying?
I know your diet now is no beef. So for the okonomiyaki pancake, the batter itself,
man, it's crazy.
The batter, it's basically a savory pancake. And we're using turkey bacon, obviously, because I don't
I've never
eat pork.
seen that type of turkey bacon.
Yeah,
Where you get
that's
that
right.
from?
This is the expensive shit. The smoked turkey bacon. We're gonna flip this thing. So by flipping it, you take the little lid, You just flip it real quick. Oh, then you just put it back and let that other side toast up.
I got the munchies, y'all. I ain't even front. The Okonomiyaki.
That's right. You've been to Japan, right?
Yeah. That's one of my favorite places.
So it's big over there. You can glaze this top part real quick.
The vibe of the day, Okonomiyaki sauce. Yeah, all that.
All right. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna slide this off real quick.
And I might take 3/4 of that home.
This is Kewpie mayo. This is a Japanese style mayo. We put some this way too. It's very important to have this on there. Onions here. A bit of dried seaweed called nori. We'll drop that a little bit on top right there. And then we'll drop a little bit more of the sauce on top.
I ain't eat all day for this. You feel me?
All right, Twelvvy, it's time to eat. I'm gonna try the one that I just made for you with turkey, and I'm gonna try the one that I made earlier with beef.
Okay, man.
Yeah?
Let's go. This is my breakfast, my lunch, and my dinner.
The steak itself, it's cooked perfectly. The pancake is still fluffy. It has cabbage in it. And also you can taste the Kewpie mayo. It gives it kind of the balance that it needs.
Mayo crazy.
You can also taste the nori, which gives it a little bit more umami flavor, and the saltiness that it needs in the dish. Bronx Brewery. Man, you're too fancy, bro.
You feel me? That's some real Bronx shit. Smile, my guy.
It has a little bit of happiness, a little bit of acidity, citrus, and it goes well with bar food, and it really goes well with late night Okonomiyaki pancakes in Japantown or wherever you at in the world nowadays.
That's like Bronx and Japan. That's like knowing young. You feel me? Like, definitely.
Twelvvy, thank you so much for being here with us, man. Spending time with Bon Appetit. Bronx Brewery, you already know. So like we always say, never forget where you come from, otherwise you become a asshole. Woo! BX all day, you already know.
You heard? Yeah. Bro, you know what I'm saying? But watching like Ninja Turtles as a kid got me into pizza. You know what I'm saying? Like Casey Jones is my favorite character. So it's just like being in that world, just seeing the pizza look perfect in the cartoon. Right.